Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. Sitting in for Pinky Webb, I'm Ria Tanwat Cotrillo. Today on the program, Negros Oriental Representative Arnolfo Teves Jr. faces a 60-day suspension for his continued absence in the House of Representatives. President Marcos urges Teves to return home, even offering protection to the lawmaker. ACT Party List Representative Castro joins us in the show. And later, the family of slain Negros Oriental Governor Roel Degamo is pushing for the expulsion of Teves, who is tagged as the mastermind in the massacre. Attorney Levi Baligod, the lawyer of the Degamo family, tells us more. President Bongbong Marcos appealed to Teves to return home and face the investigation into the brutal killing of Degamo. He denied Teves' claim that a bigger force in Malacanang is implicating him in the murder due to isabong. The president even offered protection to Teves.
Mayaman ka naman, may private jet ka naman eh. Maglanding ka kung saan mo gusto, papaligir sa isang army, sa Air Force Base. O maglanding sa basa. Papaligiran natin ng sundalo, wala makalapit ng 1 kilometro. So that will guarantee his security.
Let's go straight to the source of the story. House Ethics Committee member and Deputy Minority Leader, Representative Castro. Ma'am, welcome to the program once again. Now, a supermajority voted in favor of suspending Negros Oriental Representative Arnolfo Teves. Could you tell us a little bit about what were the compelling reasons presented by the House Ethics Committee?
Yes, so you're true, Ria, no? Majority are 292 voted and no abstention or opposition. So the reason being is one is the disorderly behavior. That according to the decision, it is in violation of the Section 142A of Rule 20, the rules of the House. Ito po yung Code of Conduct. So related to the expired travel clearance of Representative Arnie Teves and the sinasabi din dito yung continued defiance of our colleague to heed the call, persuasion of Speaker to return home. So that's the main reason why we have this decision of suspension of 60 days for our colleague Representative Arnie Teves.
So, ma'am, this 60-day suspension, is this final? Is it no longer appealable on the part of Congressman Teves? And when will it officially start?
Yes, it started yesterday. It depends on the situation. For example, pinag-uusapan nga namin kahapon if he returns back, for example, after the suspension, so maybe the Committee on Ethics will meet again and meet on the reconsideration of the suspension. So ganun yung mga pinag-uusapan. Kung siya ay bumalik, baka ito ay i-lift agad kasi marami rin naman tayong mga kasamahan syempre na talagang gusto rin siyang protectionan.
Okay, now kasama dito sa 60-day suspension, I believe, is that his privileges and benefits as a lawmaker will not be given to him during the 60-day period. How about his salary? Kasama dito yung salary, masususpend ba din yun?
Yes, that's true, no? Including the salary will be suspended. Ito lang, tinitingnan ko lang if his staff will be included then, kasi sana naman hindi. Kasi kawawa naman yung mga staff niya, no, na nadadamay dito sa kanyang suspension.
All right. Now, if ever, would there be grounds for expulsion of Congressman Teves, and what would those grounds be? What would the process be?
Well, according to the rules of our Committee on Ethics and Privileges, they will form or they will create the the criteria or justification for expulsion. Pero wala pa dito no dun sa rules ng ng Committee on Ethics. So siguro Ria, we will meet and maybe if Representative Teves will continue to defy or and after 60 days siguro kailangan mag-meet ang Committee on Ethics on the next action.
Okay, so there are several possibilities here, ma'am. Just want to be sure I understand you right. Kung babalik si Congressman Teves within the 60 days, pwede ma-lift yung 60-day suspension. Now, if he doesn't return within the 60 days, you might move to expel him.
Di ko pa, I cannot say moving to expel. It's up for the leadership and the decision of the Committee on Ethics and Privileges.
But ma'am, what happens now to the district of Congressman Teves, to his constituents? Will there be anybody representing them over the next 60 days?
In the decision of the Committee on Ethics and Privileges, there is no provision for the na representation of his constituents. So sana nga mapag-usapan din ito ng Committee on Ethics while Representative Arnie Teves is in suspension mode. Sana meron ding mag-take over or mag-caretaker kasi ginagawa din naman yun sa Kongreso to take over and take his place para naman yung mga constituents niya will be represented.
How would such a caretaker be chosen, ma'am?
Well, in our experience here in the Congress, for example, a member of the House appointed to other position, retired, namatay, etc. It is the prerogative of the House Speaker to choose the caretaker among the members of the representatives.
I see, ma'am. Now, you mentioned earlier na in case Congressman Teves does come home within the 60 days, pwedeng i-lift yung suspension. Could you elaborate a little more on the conditions of that? What conditions need to be satisfied in order for the 60-day suspension to be lifted, aside from the return of Congressman Teves?
Yes, kasi wala pa namang in fact when I read the the code of conduct, wala namang sinasabing procedure. It's up for the Committee on Ethics and Privileges to have its rules. Kaya hindi pa natin alam ngayon kung paano yun ililift and what are the conditions. Pero malaking bagay that would be on the advantage of Representative Arnie Teves na kung babalik siya, baka ma-lift nga itong suspension. So yun naman yung pinag-uusapan ng ating mga colleagues kahapon sa Kongreso.
So ma'am, could you perhaps familiarize us with the different processes and rules of the House? Is this 60-day suspension the heaviest sanction for a lawmaker, or could he face tougher sanctions after the suspension expires? You said moving to have him expelled is not exactly a sure thing yet.
Yeah, so yung mga process, for example, depending on the situation and the gravity of the what we call the disorderly behavior. So first, admonition, then reprimand, then 60 days suspension, then expulsion. So those are the procedure, and it is the Committee on Ethics and Privileges that would give the justification or the criteria in every penalty. So pero dito sa expulsion wala pa kasi parang wala pa rin namang experience ang House of Representatives for expelling yung members.
So there are no precedents for lawmakers to be expelled by the House Ethics Committee.
So parang wala pa akong natatandaan na na-expel dito sa Congress as regards to disorderly behavior. So parang may suspension lang. The last one yata 1960s according to the our research na merong Osmeña Junior versus yung yung nag-complain about the privilege speech of Osmeña that time. Osmeña versus Pendatun.
All right, so that would be the closest precedent, but that was back in the 1960s, well over a generation ago. Ma'am, could you take us back to the deliberation of the House Ethics Committee? Was Congressman Teves's involvement or supposed involvement in the killing of Governor Roel Digamo brought up at all?
No, it is all about his absence without without proper travel clearance. That's only the reason kung bakit tayo ay kung bakit yung Committee on Ethics tinake over yung jurisdiction tungkol dito kasi for his continued defiance despite persuasion yung mga dialogue with him nagko-continue pa rin siya ng defiance and tingin natin Representative Arnie Teves owed to his constituents his presence in all the deliberation. Kaya kailangan na siyang umuwi. Kaya yun lang yung nakalagay doon sa or naging procedure o naging reason ng Committee on Ethics and Privileges. Yung tungkol doon sa absence niya without proper clearance and authority from the House.
So, ma'am, Congressman Teves, he is your colleague. What is your advice to him as a fellow lawmaker?
Well, as I've said in my explanation of vote, sabi ko nga, he has to return. Anyway, doon sa sinasabi niya naman na security problem, the Speaker assured him naman of the protection of the House. And of course, meron man siyang kaso o hindi, he has to fulfill his responsibility to to his people, 'di ba? To his constituents. And of course, bilang mga lingkod bayan, we have to be accountable to our people. So sinasabi nga natin na bumalik na siya para maharap din yung kaso niya. At syempre lahat naman tayo dapat naharapin yung kaso. Kung meron man itong merit or justification, kailangan pa ring harapin yung mga kaso.
Alright.
So yun lang yung payo natin na bumalik na siya para maging accountable siya sa people kung sakali at harapin niya yung mga kaso kung meron.
So ma'am, we just need to take a short break right now. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Please stay tuned.
Teves, who is
You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Ria Tanwat Cotrillo. Our source today, House Ethics Committee member and Deputy Minority Leader, Representative Franz Castro. Ma'am, welcome back to the program. I want to shift the conversation now to the ICC. I want to talk about the ICC drug war probe. We spoke to Solicitor General Menardo Guevara, and he said that they've shifted their strategy in responding to the ICC. The Philippines also hired a foreign lawyer, a British barrister, to be specific. What's your reaction to all of these, ma'am?
Well, about yung tungkol doon sa committee, a special committee to be formed by the Office of the Solicitor General. So, okay lang po yun, but that would not prevent sana the ICC to continue its investigation and probe on the case of the war on drugs of Duterte during that time.
No, on the part of Solgen Guevara, ma'am, he points out that the ICC has no jurisdiction in the Philippines, that they cannot expect the government to cooperate. And he also admitted that while there were lapses in the implementation of the drug war, these lapses can't be considered crimes against humanity. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, that is a continuous debate, no? But the crime committed was 2011 up to 2017 while we are all still a member of the ICC. So meron pang tingin namin jurisdiction ng ICC doon at na-file yung kaso during that time at nagawa yung mga krimen during that time. So tingin natin may jurisdiction. Kaya nga yung ICC is continuing pursuing the case.
Now, there's another scenario that's being talked about, ma'am, this issue of arrest warrants being issued against ICC prosecutors or investigators. Is this something that's even enforceable?
Yes, tingin ko if the ICC would be firm in its decision to investigate the crime against humanity of Duterte and others, that could be possible and feasible. I think that's katulad ng ginawa nila noon sa Russian president. Tingin na sila kasi ay tumiwalad din doon sa ICC 2016. So nag-issue pa rin ng arrest warrant ang ICC. So that would be the same.
On the other hand, ma'am, do you think if ICC prosecutors and investigators came here, they would be in danger of being arrested?
Maybe maybe kasi sinasabi kasi ng Department of Justice and other government agencies related to it na may mga ganong attempt or warning yung ating gobyerno. Pero sana naman ay hindi kasi that this would give a bad impression or image to our country. So kung wala namang tinatago ang gobyernong Duterte noon and up to now dapat yung Marcos administration should be open for the probe and investigation of the extrajudicial killings happened during the drug war.
All right, ma'am. Thank you for your time this morning. Always appreciate it. That was House Deputy Minority Leader and Ethics Panel Member, Representative Franz Castro. We will be taking a short break, but do stay tuned because we'll talk to Attorney Levy Baligod, the lawyer of the family of slain Negros Oriental Governor Roel Digamo. This is A Source on CNN Philippines.